fire. It's on the... Ah! He made it! Oh my...
Hello and welcome inside of Platte Arena. It is another Wednesday night matchup between two rivals, the Taylor University Trojans and the Huntington University Foresters. It's Preston Husband, it's Brady Gallo, and we've got a fun one tonight. This Taylor team rejuvenated right now, and Huntington kind of fighting for their life in the top tier of the Crossroads League.
Oh yeah, tightly contested, coming down to the stretch in the second half of this season in the Crossroads. One of the better conferences in the NAIA, so every single game matters. You're going to want to win the ones you have at home. Last season, Huntington got the season sweep of Taylor. Let's see if they can get game one here.
It's a great game each time these two teams meet, and there's a lot of stars on this court here tonight. One for the Taylor Trojans, that's Anton Webb, maybe the best player in the conference this season.
Oh yeah, he has been fantastic. He is averaging almost 25 points per game in his last 5, along with 12 rebounds. Just someone who can totally shut down a game, take it over. Huntington definitely has a game plan for him. Let's see how successful it is.
He's coming off Crossroads League Offensive and Defensive Player of the Week honors. He's had as many as 41 in a game this year. He just had 20 rebounds in the last game, 9 assists in the other one. And we are going to go on camera for you guys to see who's talking to you tonight here in Platte Arena. It's a cold night, but as you can see with Brady, and I guess I'll put mine on as well, it's Hawaiian night. So it's a little warmer here as we're getting trapped. It's been like minus 30 wind chill a couple of days here, close to it. And tonight, we're heating things up between these two rivals. We talked about it already. When these two teams meet, fans are passionate. It's a close rivalry in any sport. This is a fun one to watch.
Oh yeah, when I was talking to some of my older teammates here on the baseball team, they would not refer to Taylor as their actual name. They would just say, the team up north. We're playing the team up north. This rivalry is real and it is intense. You're going to feel it from the fans. You're going to feel it from the players. Very exciting matchup coming up.
There are very high expectations for Huntington this year. And with Taylor, you didn't really know what you were going to get. You brought back Anton Webb. You knew he was a stud. Caden Furman, tremendous outside shooter. Jackson Olam. We'll talk about all these guys. The main addition, their new head coach, Austin Peters, who comes from Arizona Christian. That's the team that knocked Huntington out of the national tournament last year. Familiar face making his first trip to Huntington University.
And Platte Arena, no easy task coming in here and getting a win. We have some of the greatest fans in the area. It's going to be tough for him, but we'll see how he does.
So Austin Peters, Coach Corey Alford, they're meeting now. We've got an awesome crew tonight, 7 different camera angles. It's an all-student crew besides myself. Adam Weiner, the professor in the back. He's spinning some of the wheels in the back. Jonathan Peters in our ear tonight. And we're going to bring you the best we can. If you're a Taylor fan, we hope you sit down, you enjoy. If you're a Huntington fan, we hope you're watching some of your friends and family. I'm sure everyone is tuning in for the same reason here tonight. See high-quality basketball. And where Huntington is right now in this high-quality conference, they're in a tough spot. They need a win tonight and then go to Goshen and take care of business. So you flip this schedule over, you got IWU, Bethel, St. Francis, some juggernauts right in front of you.
Yeah, it does not get any easier coming up here. That's what makes this game so important. They're sitting at 3-4 in conference play right now. Want to avoid getting stuck in that lower half of the conference. This one is big, getting back to 500, getting that belief that, hey, maybe we do have a chance to win this thing.
Huntington was projected to be second in the conference before the season started. We know this conference can really just flip like that. Bethel's undefeated at the top. We've seen them. They're impressive. This Taylor team, they're surprising as well, over 500, and they'll want to gain actually one more game on Huntington here tonight. We'll see if they can do that. About 1 minute till we send it to the video board and starting lineups. Preston and Brady, we're going to take a break. Coach Corey Alford getting his team ready, and we'll be back for starting lineups and tip-off in Platte Arena.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, Your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
Roman scores again, make it 4 for 4. Trying to get another basket. Jackson crosses over, 15-footer, he's feeling it now. He can get it going quickly. One of the best scorers in this conference and ultra efficient doing it. Drew fires another three, that's his second already. Just about time for tip-off. The lights coming on and the action about to start. It's Taylor University and the Huntington University Foresters. Let's go ahead and run through starting lineups first for the home Foresters. You'll see them as they come onto the court. Caden Johnson is going to get the start again tonight alongside Max Gizzy, Drew Goodline, Lane Sparks, and Jackson Paul. That's the starting five. On the other side, this Taylor team, they're rejuvenated with this new coaching change. Austin Peters off to an 11-6 start. 4-3 in the conference. Chaz Harvey, a guard in his first season from Chicago, Illinois, started his career at Pace, a different school. He's averaging 12, 5, and 4 this year. Anton Webb, we've talked about him enough, and we're going to talk about him all night. One of the best players in this conference, averaging 17 and 12. Jackson Olam from New Paris, Indiana, great three-point shooter. Nate Parlberg, he's from Franklin, Ohio. Big fella, 6'6", shoots it at 44% from deep. He's joined by Caden Furman, who has had some really nice games against the Foresters in the past. He can get it done in the mid-range, takes most of his shots from three. It'll be a fun one between these two sides. It is every single time we meet each other in Platte Arena.
The records are in this matchup. We are in store for a good one. Grab some popcorn, sit down. You're going to want to watch this one.
Huntington looking to win their second in a row. They're on a little bit of a dry spell there in the win column. They dropped 2 in a row here at home. And then since then, trying to get back on track. And this will be such a big win going down to Goshen on Saturday, who is winless in the conference. This one means a lot for both teams. Huntington can actually jump Taylor in the standings with a win tonight. Taylor can extend their lead on that 5th spot if they come away victorious. It's actually Bruvier in there against Anton Webb. He's getting the start tonight. So Caden Johnson will come off the bench. So will Landon Jordan. Going to try to use the big Belgian physicality inside to start this one.
Maybe think he's a better matchup for Webb, but he just cuts to the defense right there. Not much he can do.
Webb with an easy first 2. He's done that all year long. We've talked about his big performances. He is consistent night in and night out. A triple OT game against Goshen their last time out. He had 33 and 20 rebounds. Jackson Paul, nice catch by Bruvier, and he's fouled inside. Looks like Olam's going to pick up the personal, and Roman will shoot 2 free ones to start.
An early foul by Webb. If you can get him in foul trouble, that'll bode well for the Foresters. Every time that he is on the court, Taylor's going to have the advantage.
I think they actually got Olam with that. Webb was on the backside. It was the reach in by Olam.
Okay.
So they got him with the personal. So that is good news for the Trojans.
Yes.
Rouvier sends up the first. That one's too strong. Roman has been really good here in his first 2 seasons, and this will be, it looks like, his last for Huntington. Tremendous rebounder, just has a knack for the ball, shooting 72% from the field. Free throws have not been a strength of this team, and that is the way it starts tonight. Roman goes 0 for 2.
Just cannot have that happen early. This has been a theme all season long. Got to hit your free throws. I know it's easy for me to say, but come on, guys.
Webb, size advantage against Gizzy. Good line, doubling. Max trying to wrap him up. Good line, knocked it away. Still a loose ball. Finally picked up by the Trojans. Harvey cuts to the rim. Rouvier there to deny.
Denial. Great play there on the help side defense.
Sparks trying to get his rhythm going again offensively. Hasn't been as efficient as usual. Good line. Drives into the lane. It's open for a moment. Inside Roman has it kicked away. That'll reset the shot clock to 20. We can tell already this game's going to be physical. It's going to be a dogfight.
And now what we expect to see Rouvier in the lineup, but he's so far only about a minute and a half in this game. Looks like he is ready. Looks like he is prepared. Seems like he earned this one.
Sparks rises right away and knocks in a triple. It looked like it could have been a long 2, but the ref right here calls it a tray, and Sparks, that's what you want to see from your top scorer.
Oh, yeah. When he gets going, everything just starts to go right for this Forester squad.
Kind of waiting for that one big breakout game from Lane. He had a couple right when he came back. Since then, a little quiet. Olam stuck in the air, threw it off the back of Roman. It's going to stick with Taylor.
One thing Huntington's been pretty good at this entire season is interior defense, whether that be Landon, Jordan, KJ on the floor. They've been holding it down inside.
Webb being guarded by the much smaller Jackson Paul. Olam spins it back against Gizzy. 5 on the clock for Chaz Harvey. Looking inside, nowhere to go with it yet. Furman is going to be forced to take a tough one. He did not get that off in time, and it's a turnover.
And that could be the crowd right there. This is a large crowd. They're already making noise. You can hear the bench right to our left, counting down the shot clock. Just not great awareness right there.
Saw Furman look down at this shot clock to our left, just didn't get it up in time. Huntington's defense sharp here early. Jackson Paul gets inside. Webb ripped it right away. Perlberg's the one to pick it up.
That's a mismatch right there. Jackson Paul's been good cutting to the lane, but when you run into a man like that, he's going to be hard to score.
Harvey, athletic move straight to the rim, gets a bucket in transition. Back ahead are the Trojans. Sparks had that first 3. Drew Goodline yet to shoot it. Good defense by this Trojans team as well. Drew to the hoop, finds Max Gizzy, who fires a triple and knocks in his first shot of the night.
Max Gizzy, the veteran, he came up big here in some big spots. Last time at Platt Arena, he gets going early.
He has to shoot the ball. He's got to be aggressive, and you saw it right there. He got open. Good playmaking by these Forester guards and a big bucket. Good defense again by Gizzy. Webb nowhere to go with it, has to hand it off. Olam being doubled. This Forester defense is all over the place, and it's a jump ball, and it's Forester's ball.
The Forester's bench is letting them hear it. Great job, great teammates, great team chemistry down there on the bench, making it hard for Taylor to play.
They're going and doubling a lot of these. Webb was trapped forever, and then Gizzy just doing what he does. So physical, so strong, finds his hands to the ball more times than not, and turns Taylor over.
Just being a pest, that's what he's good for in the best way possible on defense.
Sparks has 3. Tough shot is good again, and I'm telling you, his first 2 go in, you might be in trouble the rest of the night.
Yeah, it could be a long night for whoever's defending Lane Sparks tonight.
He's got 5 of the 8. Chaz Harvey has 2 for Taylor, and a foul called on Roman. Tough whistle on him. That'll be his first, the team's first, and Roman will take a break as Landon Jordan comes back in.
And Chaz Harvey, someone who we've seen have the ball a lot this game. He's been aggressive, trying to get downhill.
Webb again against Jackson Paul. They want to make Webb go back to the basket against Paul and then go help. We've seen that. Webb, left hand, too easy.
And that's just an undefendable shot right there. You got a player who's got the height advantage on you. If he can just go to that hook shot, he's going to be hard to stop today.
Gizzy off the dribble. Trojans slow him down, 20 on the shot clock. Landon Jordan coming off the bench again. Jackson Paul rises for 3. That's way off. Webb pulls it away. JP just shooting around 25% from distance this year.
And not really his game, but when he gets hot, he can make it rain from 3.
Webb steps into a triple. Sparks rises and pulls it away. Lane on the hunt. Sparks goes to his strong left. Webb is whistled for a personal, and they'll say Sparks is shooting, and he's got a chance to go to the charity stripe.
Would be interested to see a replay on that. Thought maybe he lost control of the ball before he was touched, but no, looks like Webb got him. That's a good foul call.
That may have got him on the left arm there. Sparks has struggled a little bit recently from this spot. 75%, typically around 90% from the charity stripe in his career. That time he knocks in the first, but maybe just falling off of the free throw line a little bit. He likes to shoot that little fall away jumper, and it's comfortable for him. But a couple of times this year, he's just missed some free throws in some big spots. And I think it's maybe because he's just not staying on the line. I don't know for sure. I'm not a basketball expert, but that seems to happen more times than not when he's missing from there.
Yeah, he has a tendency to fall away, like you said, when he's shooting shots. And also, he's not used to shooting open looks like this at the free throw.
No.
I mean, he's used to having a hand in his face.
He's having a good night already, though. He's got 7 of the 10 for HU as he rips those 2 through. And I think what's important for Sparks is getting to the rim and not taking all those tough jumpers. Couple of changes for Taylor. They go pretty deep. Pete Combs in there right now. Caden Johnson came in for HU. He's on Webb. Anton going against KJ. Double comes over. Webb able to find freshly into the game Isaiah Day. Tough 2 right at the rim. Tipped up. Caden Johnson cleans it up.
Caden Johnson's been so good as of late.
Landon Jordan finger roll. Missed it right at the rim. Loose ball fought for again. Carson Miller gets it this time. Jazz Harvey with the tight handle. Spins inside. Left side Isaiah Day. Short. Rebound not fought for and won by Taylor again. That time Combs scores at the rim. And this is what Huntington struggles with sometimes. They don't give that full effort on the defensive rebounding to get 3 chances there and give up 2.
Yeah, and I have circled on my notes, be tough for Taylor, because sometimes, like you mentioned, Huntington can tend to check out of plays. Taylor needs to be the tougher team if they want a chance here.
Gizzy working on Miller, takes a mid-range J, and that is just such a good sight. That is what he did all last year when he played Huntington. He needs to do it now for Huntington.
Oh, yeah, and he's been doing a great job inside the three-point line and outside. If you can get him going on the scoring column, it's going to make things a whole lot easier for the Foresters tonight.
Harvey to Webb, looking to get towards the rim. Jordan cut him off. Webb again will take a couple of threes. Knocked in 2 against Goshen on Saturday. Harvey, not a great jump shot shooter, falls away, no good, fought for again. Sparks looking ahead. Landon rises, couldn't score it, gets it right back. Drew Goodline steps into a long one. That's too strong. Loose ball again fought for. Gizzy in there, a couple of Trojans, a jump ball, Taylor's basketball, and when we come back, a fast-paced 12-8 lead for Huntington on FDN Sports. 12-8. Foresters Trojans, always a good matchup between these two teams. And a lot of times in the past, we've seen the Taylor Trojans play at a slow pace. Tonight, I'm not sure that's possible. We're running back and forth, loose balls, bodies on the floor. It's been exactly what you'd expect between these two teams that need this win so badly.
Yeah, extremely fast pace. I'm having a tough time cutting in here because Preston, the entire time, you're just saying, oh, this is happening. It's so fast paced, I'm having a hard time do my job here, but it's great. I'm having a great time watching this game, and we can tell this could come down to the wire and be a classic.
Huntington has got most of their scoring so far by Lane Sparks and Max Gizzy. In fact, that's all the scoring. 7 for Sparks, 5 for Gizzy. I was texting with one of my good friends who's a really big Huntington University fan, Tyler Green. He said, if we can just get one of those 20-point games from Gizzy, we'll be in a good spot. When he just scores 10, they're 7-1, so we're getting close to that already here in this first half. Pete Combs hands it off. That's Isaiah Day. Had a nice day here in Platte Arena last year. Webb launches another 3. There's Landon Jordan flying through.
Getting up high right there for the board.
Sparks feeling it early. He'll try to keep it going, and he has.
And he is en fuego right now. He looks like he can't miss.
Lane having one of those breakout nights. He's got 10 points in the first 7 minutes of action. Been waiting for this, that efficient scoring guard that we've become so used to seeing. Pete Combs, Webb. They're going to let Webb shoot that tonight, just around 27% from deep this year.
Yeah, Landon Jordan sagging off him right now, daring him to take it.
Long shot clock again. Webb is going to have to force something up, and the shot is up and doesn't rattle in. Loose ball is out on Taylor, and Huntington putting the clamps on the Trojans right now.
Coach Peters frustrated with his team, just getting too late in the shot clock. We've seen that a couple times. Great defense by HU.
15-8, Jackson Paul back in. Max Gizzy will take a break. I think something else that turned the toll or turned the tables a little bit for this season, Zach Goodline, who's an all-time great, has joined the bench the last 3 games. And he is bringing a ton of energy down there. Great basketball mind. Something to keep an eye on. Caden Johnson throws it over to Drew Goodline. Nice catch by him. Sparks is feeling it early. Double team comes. Jackson Paul open for 3. Dribbles in, takes a tougher 2 and hits.
Interesting thought process right there. Pass up the open look, go for a fadeaway contested 2. Gets it to go. Whatever, no complaints.
That's kind of his shot, though. He's almost better rather than, standing there catching and shooting, as a foul's going to be called on JP, holding on to Ullum. And now a side out. But it's more of that rhythm dribble, getting into that shot rather than catching and shooting. He's just so much better going to his left on a jumper.
Yeah, even if you sacrifice it, to me, a basketball bystander, I think, take the open look. But for him, if that's more comfortable, we just saw it. He knocked it down. So be it.
Day back in there. Webb taking his first break, and now another whistle on Jackson Paul. That's 2 in a row. Him holding on to a cutter, and he's going to have to take a seat as Gizzy's going to come back in.
Yeah, just got him enough to draw the attention of the refs. Or kind of a soft whistle, but yeah, not
probably,
what you want to see.
Probably fair, though, because Day's cutting in there. He gets bumped a little bit. You don't like to see it if you're cheering for either team. If you're a Taylor fan, you want to foul. If you're Huntington, you want to see it play on.
Oh, yeah.
Combs hands it off. Furman's first triple of the night. He's fouled, and now Huntington just kind of giving some extra possessions as Cade Brenner is in the game for 10 seconds. Fouls the three-point shooter.
Furman gets that first shot, his first three-point attempt of the game. He's been selective with his shots this season, but he's shooting 46.3% and only 2.5 attempts per game, and he made 5 threes last game. Another guy, I know I keep bringing it up, but if he gets hot and he finds his spot to get those open looks, he could be able to put on a show tonight.
Furman, it's amazing he's shooting 46% from deep because 98 of his 171 shots are from 3. So he shoots a ton of them, and he makes a lot of them. 2.6 made threes per game is his average, and he's had some really big games this year. He averaged 16.2 points per game as a freshman, down to 10 points as a sophomore, 14 last year. He's had 26 and 23 in games this year, so he can get it done. Brenner right into the game, rises and answers back.
Welcome to the game, Cade Brenner. Great job, great execution, coming off the screen, getting the open look, taking it off the pass.
He is feeling really comfortable. He knocked in back-to-back threes at Spring Arbor in the tight game in the second half. Caught and shot one, and then dribbled into one. Gizzy again creating havoc, and now Huntington can run. Cade rises for 2 straight.
Oh!
He's feeling it right now.
Oh yeah, in rhythm right there. You knew that shot was going up as soon as it hit his hand.
Brenner was a state champ 2 years ago at Northwood and was their best player. Him and Ian Roche from Grace, actually. That's what he did. Isaiah Day forces a tough one. Look for Brenner again. He's right in front of us.
Cade
for 3 straight. You betcha!
And he is fired up.
Cade Brenner with 3 straight, matching his jersey number 9 for the sophomore. Huntington jumps up by 15, and that will come at a good time as Taylor takes a timeout. The refs want to come over and check a shot. We'll take a break with them and be right back on FDN Sports.
Forester Camps is making new friends.
A great way to explore different opportunities.
Great way to experience life here at Huntington University.
I looked into OTA and it looked like a lot what I wanted to do, but I still wasn't really sure like what all it was.
But I did know that I did want to be in the medical field, but I don't really have a stomach for blood. This was a different way to be able to help people like physically, but not have to open them up.
Since it's a smaller place, everyone knows each other. You know, they can invest time in each other.
This would be a great way to learn about it and see what it is.
So I saw how life-changing that can be, and it made me want to do that.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Hello, my name is Z, and you'll never believe it. It's spelled Z. I first got into Beyblades in elementary school. It was super cool seeing these spinning tops with cool avatars battling each other. It was just so fun. The limitless possibilities with Beyblades could lead to limitless possibilities with videos. And eventually I settled on doing a live action YouTube series. The Beyblade Burst First Generation! Luminar! So I've just come to naturally accept that I'm just a big weirdo, and I don't see that as a fear, I see that as growth. You should not be afraid to be yourself. So the Beyblade Club is an unofficial club I started here at Huntington with some friends. The Beyblade Club's just us meeting together to play Beyblades and have some fun. And one last thing I have to say is, don't forget to prove it to them all. Prove without a doubt. 3, 2, 1, go shoot! Cause it's the Beyblade Burst First Generation.
I can't talk, I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed.
I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels, for Dad's sake.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
You said goodbye when you never came home.
26-11, that 3. The last one by Cade Brenner confirmed. Actually, it was the first one coming off that screen. Sorry about that break there. Had some communication issues with the ref, but we got that all fixed. Great job by our replay crew in the back. Huntington balling out right now on both ends.
Got him again.
Brenner for 4 straight.
Certainly not.
Oh, in and out. This place was ready to blow up.
Well, he had to miss one eventually. 3 for 4, still not bad.
Harlberg against Goodline. Harvey, once again, doesn't take a lot of jump shots. Gizzy ripped it away. Goodline's ahead of the pack. And a foul called as Max was trying to get that pass away This defense for Huntington right now, it's suffocating the Taylor Trojans.
Oh, yeah, they're having a real hard time. Nothing is coming easy right now. And a lot of that credit goes to Max Gizzy. He has been doing a great job creating a lot of turnovers, and also some of that has been poor ball handling by the Trojans.
Huntington has turned Taylor over 5 times already, and the Trojans just shooting 4 of 12, 0 of 5 from deep. They're locking down. Cade Brenner's got 9 points all of a sudden right into the game. Sparks has 10. Looking to add on a long 2. That one is his first miss of the night. There's Bruvier. Gizzy didn't take the first 3. The second one is up. That's in and out. Brenner fighting for it, called for over the back. But I love what Brenner is doing. He's a lot bigger than people think. 6'3", strong kid. Great shooter. We'll tell you more about him after this media timeout. 26-11, Forrester's in charge right now. (26-11), and we talked about being Hawaiian night tonight. Well, it feels like Cade Brenner's on vacation right now. 3 for 3 right off the bench. The response from him after fouling Furman on a 3-point shot and then 9 straight, that's what you have to get, because that's a bad foul. You don't want to foul a 3-point shooter. He answers back, how about 9 straight right at you?
Oh, yeah, we talked about mental toughness a bit, and that's a great display right there. Don't let one mistake turn into 2. He responded very well. He's gone well over his average, averaging 4 points this season. He's already got 9. Done a fantastic job thus far.
He does have 2 fouls currently, so he's got to be careful as he is still out there in the lineup for HU. And for the Trojans right now, Coach Peters just trying to find a formula that will work against this Forrester's defense that has held Taylor to 11 points the first half of this first half. Olam and Furman. He's got 3 points on that 1 3-pointer he was fouled on. Big fella in the game is Levin Smith from Exmoor, Virginia. Backdoor cut.
Oh,
Furman finds Harvey, and he knocks a triple down.
Good offense right there. Finding the open man, not settling for the 2. Great offense right there.
Anton Webb, a little bit of a short break. We'll check back in at the next break. Drew Goodline has the ball. Up top, Jordan catches and flips it in.
One of the softest alley-oops I've ever seen with the finger roll. Bucket still goes.
Jordan coming off 18 points in the game at Spring Arbor. That's off the bench. Jordan has been getting it done on the offensive rebounding as well. There's Bruvier who tips it away. Huntington's got numbers again. Gizzy works it back out. Goodline couldn't get a bucket at the rim, but they'll reset and run their half-court offense. Goodline controlling it, 15 on the shot clock. Drew against Furman, spins to the rim. He's fouled. They're not going to give him a shot. They'll say it's on the floor. But Furman whistled here, and how about Drew Goodline going with the spin cycle?
Yeah, I was just about to say, I was wondering if Drew Goodline was going to go try to get one for himself. He hasn't gotten going in the scoring column yet today, but he is one of Huntington's best 3-point shooters. I expect him to take more shots in this game.
Landon Beagle is going to come in. Cade Brenner will check out. Gets a nice applause from this Forrester faithful. Beagle's another guy. You'd love to just have him knock down 1, 2 threes in a game. That lifts your team so much.
And when your role players start doing their job well, that makes everything easier for the more high-leverage players on this team.
Good line, defender on his back, tried throwing it to Landon. Landon, you can see pointing up. He wants that ball up towards the rim. He'll go and catch it, but a little too fast for Jordan to handle there from Drew Goodline.
Oh, yeah, he can get up there. So if you can put that press up there where no one can get it, Jordan will be able to put that one down.
Webb Back in the game, Bruvier and Jordan both out there, two bigs. Bruvier moves his feet well against a guy like Anton Webb. Good hands by Drew Goodline now. That's tipped out. It'll be under the basket of the Trojans. They'll send it in play.
It seems like every pass here for Taylor's there has a Huntington hand on it, ball's getting tipped, just smothering defense for the Foresters.
Furman got open after the shot fake and knocks in a triple as Bruvier got a little too excited out there on the arc.
Yeah, and he's going to knock that down every time. He gets his feet set, easy bucket.
Jordan fakes the handoff, back to the basket. Haven't seen a lot of success from Jordan this year with that. Beagle cuts back out to Gizzy. Landon asking for it again. Jordan puts it on the floor, battles through the defense, and we'll wait and see who this whistle is going to go on. Couldn't quite see, but it looks like it's on Parlberg, and that's his first.
And Jordan being aggressive, going to the rack right here, but here is where he has struggled all season long.
It has been a struggle, but I will say there's one positive. His free throw percentage is up to 60%, and he's really started to shoot free throws actually pretty well. He was 4 for 4 at Spring Arbor. He's right around 67% in conference play. Well, what's been really amazing about him, 36 rebounds in conference play for Landon Jordan, 19 on the offensive side. He has 24 offensive rebounds in his last 6 games. That's just hard to even believe. He gets it done on that side. Now you'd like to see him lock up and box out a little bit on that end as well.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
But it is getting a little better. We would take 60% from Landon Jordan at the free throw line. Harvey bounces it. Olam fires a 3. Too strong. There it is from Jordan. Up ahead. Goodline ahead of the pack. Euro step. Bumped on his way. Sparks relocates. Good defense and transition by Taylor.
Yeah, good job stopping the run right there. Goodline.
Jordan couldn't get the roll as Webb was nearly guilty for a 3-point play. Instead, Jordan is going to shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, so he's going to be tested. He has been better as of late from the stripe, but if he's going to have that confidence to get downhill consistently, the free throw shot is going to need to be more consistent.
That's Webb's second foul as well, so he'll have to have a seat for a little bit as Jordan does knock in that one. And right now, I mean, you'll live with what Anton Webb has done so far. Just 4 points on 2 of 4 and really hasn't had his fingerprints all over this game early.
I'm sure he was the focal point of all the film sessions this week. Coach Alford doing a good job scheming against him, not letting him play his game.
Jordan makes both, so 75% here tonight. I'm telling you, it's never really looked bad coming off his hand either. It just didn't go in, and finally it started to drop.
And like you said, we will take 75% from Jordan.
Screeners working hard. Furman just knocked down a 3. He's got 6 to lead the way right now for Taylor. Harvey's got 5. He's working with Pete Combs. Looking for another backdoor cut. Late on the shot clock. Furman to Combs. The lefty will launch a triple. Too strong, and he gets his own rebound. Parlberg, another lefty, gets to the rim. Too strong, and a third opportunity there is tipped in by Pete Combs.
Yeah, kind of unlucky there for Huntington. Not much they could do. Taylor following their shots, able to get multiple opportunities on that possession.
Jordan working off the dribble tonight, and it's working for him.
And he's just going to work inside, able to get that one to go. A couple trips to the stripe. If he can get going, that's what you love to see.
Pete Combs is a good player, but that's a tough matchup for him because Jordan's athleticism. Combs trying to go right back is fouled on his way to the rim. Lefty will shoot 2 free throws. Combs, 17 games, 1 start. He played 21 games last year. 2.5 points per game last year. He's averaging almost 7 this season, so he's really picked up his production. 65% free throw shooter, spins in the first. Landon Jordan will take a break, so will Max Gizzy. Jackson Paul with the 2 fouls back in alongside the tree inside, Caden Johnson.
Caden Johnson has been fantastic as of late. His last time at home, he had 10 points, 10 boards, and 4 blocks. He's been doing a great job with interior defense.
Combs splits the pair. Huntington still up 13. We're approaching our last media timeout of this first half. HU getting production from a lot of different guys. A lot of sparks early. Max Gizzy involved. Here's Lane again. He can't get that one to roll in as Isaiah Day clears.
Well, that's a shot that he'll take. He got hot early. Sometimes we see him get hot and then cool down quickly. Want to make sure we avoid those peaks, try to stay at those valleys.
Carlberg finds Goodline. Sparks trying to answer right back. Oh. He hits in a late foul and a chance for a 4-point play. Back up on the peak.
Oh, yeah, and I realized I said that the wrong way. You want to hit the peaks and avoid the valleys. Lane Sparks making it happen right there.
Carlberg just didn't let him land. This is Sparks' second chance for a 4-point play in his last 2 home games. He's had a lot of those throughout his career.
And the amount of difficulty in his shots, that's what creates those 4-point plays. He's always shooting with a hand in his face, and that's why he's comfortable taking those shots.
Sparks can't finish. Again, the free throws, just a little bit of a struggle for him this season. Of course, still 75%. We're just not used to seeing that. Taylor's got to try to get back into this game, and Furman just threw it straight out of bounds, and Huntington gets it right back.
Taylor just a bit careless with the ball here in this first half. Huntington's forced a good amount of turnovers, but also some of Taylor's turnovers have just come from poor ball handling and not having good floor presence.
Huntington can grab their biggest lead of the night with the bucket here. Cade Brenner back in. He had those 9 early points. Goodline and Johnson running the pick and roll. Goodline calls his own number, and Cade Brenner's there to clean it up again. Cade to the rim this time, had that knocked away, and that will take us to our last media timeout of the first half. Huntington still up 16 when we're back in Platt Arena.
I can't talk, I have a showing.
Listen.
My clients are arriving any minute.
Eleanor. Mom passed. I think it'd be best if you all go to hotels. For Dad's sake.
I didn't get to say goodbye.
You said goodbye when you never came home.
Back in Platt Arena, it is 36-20, and Huntington had a hot start by Lane Sparks, but I've been so impressed by their team defense down in front of their bench. They've been active, they've been communicating, and they're just shutting out Taylor right now here in the first half.
Yeah, great game plan by Coach Alford, and I think what they talked about was just make someone else beat you. Anton Webb, obviously a fantastic player. You can see it. He's had a couple good plays, but they've been able to contain him, and because of that, they're up by 16. Make someone else beat you.
As always, we want to give you a chance to comment on the broadcast here tonight, wherever you may be watching on YouTube. Let us know where you're watching from. I know Alan McNear's checking in. He's a big fan. Barbara Hall said B. Giz watching. David Nichols, Sparks is due for a big night. It looks like he's having one. Tell us where you're watching from. If you're a Taylor fan, if you're a basketball fan, if you're a Huntington fan, we'll say hello, and we hope you're enjoying all our camera angles and hard work by our students here at Huntington University tonight on FDN Sports. Huntington controlling this one early. Double team to Caden Johnson. He finds Cade Brenner, who's able to spin it to Goodline in time. 4 on the clock. Drew, a tough 3 is in and out, nearly dropped.
Yeah, most of the threes he's taken tonight have been highly contested, but if Huntington, well, I would say if they want to extend the lead, but they're already up by 16, he's going to need to get going tonight.
Berman has 6 points. He's made 1 3 so far. Olam spins one over the top of Brenner. Inside, loose ball. Olam gets it back. Shot fake, got Johnson in the air. Missed the 2. Gizzy gets the rebound. Couple of bodies behind the 4. Sparks catches in transition. Short. Caden Johnson fighting for it. Couldn't tip it back in. He's so big at the rim.
Yeah. Huntington's been so good in transition there. Rare opportunity for Taylor here to try to get a 2-point swing.
Sparks didn't catch that one clean on that 3. Still shot it. And then Caden Johnson had a couple of chances. Olam way over the top. Johnson, a good job defensively, and guess who's there for the loose ball? It's Max Gizzi. Berman jumps the screen. Goodline's been quiet in this first half. Gizzi heading towards the rim, hands it off. Sparks with the left hand, and now a chance for three the old-fashioned way.
And finishing with contact is something that he does best. Fantastic finish with the left hand.
Sparks is having a tremendous night. As you say, Day go down on that block attempt. That's his first foul. Sparks is already up to 15, a chance to make it one more. And the lefty misses another free throw. It's just so weird. You just do not expect that from someone who in his career is well over 80% from that spot.
And you shoot it so well everywhere else on the floor, it's hard to tell why you can't get it done as well as you would want at the free throw line.
Combs caught, scored, and got fouled by Caden Johnson. Two big lefties battling inside. And Pete Combs, with Webb having a slow night, he's been the real offense here early. He's got 7 points.
Yeah, kind of an unexpected hero here for Taylor early. As you mentioned, yeah, he's been the offensive solution right now for them.
So 38-22, Combs 1 for 2 from the free throw line tonight. Made the first, missed the second. This time he misses the only one he gets, and Landon Jordan collects his 4th rebound. Love to see Huntington try to bury a team. It's not been the case this year. If they can continue to pile on before the break, that'd feel good. As Goodline has his first 2, and it was easy.
Did a great job getting to the rack. But yes, I agree. Huntington's has had a tough time finishing games or playing complete games. You got to stay tough, realize this game is not over, and finish this one out. And like you said, bury them.
Jordan whistled for a physical foul against Anton Webb. No real argument here as you see Jordan goes right in and bumps Webb. So now Anton has a chance at the free throw line. This is one of the things he struggles at. It might be the only thing. Just a 58% free throw shooter this season. Webb misses it, and right on cue, Jordan cleans it up. Dodged the bullet there.
Yeah, got to make him earn his points.
Huntington a chance to take their largest lead. Already up 18. Johnson tried catching inside, knocked away. Sparks back on the far side. Jump ball scenario, nothing called. And now Lane helps up Olam on the backside. Webb in transition, wild shot, misses again. Furman wide open for 3, got it to go.
Unfortunate right there. When you give Taylor multiple opportunities, chances are there's going to be an open man, and that's the last guy on the floor that you want to be open.
Sparks up top, Caden Johnson catches, tried lobbing it, and Webb is called for his 3rd personal now. That'll be a 1-and-1 scenario.
Oh man, that looked like they were going for the lob. Didn't have a great angle on that as the TriCaster's right in our way.
So Jordan is going to come shoot.
Oh,
I think they want to take a look at this. So keep that replay up if we can in the back, because the refs want to come see if this is a flagrant foul. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back.
Action.
A program like this is absolutely critical. Just the perfect place to hone your craft. That's what I think a program like this is for.
And it is a really valuable experience for your resumes. So yeah, I think it's incredible. I don't think that there's really any other place that you're going to get this kind of an experience.
Teaching in a classroom is just different than teaching in a living classroom kind of an environment.
Being on a feature film, you know, you're immersing yourself in a month worth of work, of 18 continuous days of filming. But it's a full-time job. In so many ways, I think this is the first time many of our students have actually had this opportunity and get the training to what it's like to work full-time for our graduates as they enter the workforce. To be able to put on a resume, yeah, I've worked on 1 or 2 feature films. That's amazing.
So Lance and Webb opened the whole capstone track, and at first we were all very hesitant about it, thinking of like, oh, how are we going to go from a student film to a feature film? But I think this is probably one of the most rewarding things I've done in the last 4 years, especially my senior year.
It's almost like you forget that you guys are students, which is absolutely amazing, you know.
It's been a really cool environment of like soaking in. I feel like everybody's just a sponge and they're trying to take as much in as they can. It's been a really positive environment because of that.
And it is run like a professional set. So I don't see that much difference.
I felt really privileged to be around people who were in that phase of their life and their career, to be learning like such important stuff, but such important moments in their education.
This feels like it's all part of the community, like the school, the town.
And I think Huntington as a whole, from the university to the county, is really realizing what HU is doing through the DMA, from making a feature almost every summer now to moving it to every other summer to make sure they want to make the best product that comes out of this town.
The industry can be a really mean place, but it doesn't have to be. And I think that I learned here with Matt and Lance's model that even if there's one person on set that
Back in Platt Arena, the discussion is whether or not this is going to be a flagrant foul on Anton Webb. Going to see the replay here, Brady. Lob pass up top, and that shove right above the neck area is what the call is for, and that elbow follows through. I think we've seen that called both ways, but I think it's going to be a flagrant foul. Yeah, that's right. They did call it a flagrant. We didn't get the official word from the officials, but Jordan's going to shoot 2 free throws, and Huntington will keep the basketball.
Yeah, like you said, could have gone both ways, but most of the time when you get contact to the neck area and it's that hard, typically that's going to be called a flagrant.
Jordan knocks in another free throw. He's got 8 points here early. You could see at first I didn't think there was a ton of contact there, but afterwards, even if it's not intentional, Webb did get the cutting Jordan up around the head and neck area, and that's kind of what requires a flagrant foul.
Yeah, and you could kind of see in that replay, he wasn't exactly looking, maybe he wasn't aiming there, maybe he was aiming for shoulder area, but either way, going to be a technical.
Gizzy will be the one to get it into Sparks, who scores right away off of the inbounds pass.
That's just too easy right there. Little resistance, Sparks going to make that every time.
Sparks having one of those nights, as we've seen so many times in this arena. 43-25 Foresters. The defense, again, a kick ball on HU. It looks like Jordan's right foot might have got in there, and it'll stick with Taylor, and it'll also be 20 on the shot clock.
Yeah, it almost looked like he threw it directly at his foot. Not much Landon Jordan could have done to get out of the way of that one.
Furman ready to shoot again. He's been the majority of their offense here tonight, most of it from deep. Chaz Harvey had that hot start. Olam looking for a triple, tipped by Jordan, caught by Goodline. Up ahead, Landon catches and scores.
An alley-oop reverse layup, fantastic play.
It's like Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. I was just thinking of the best combo in my head. I possibly think. I'm a Colts fan, so it's not Anthony Richardson.
I'm a Browns fan myself. maybe not Jamar Chase.
Combs, another chance for a three-point play as Brouvier went a little too hard into the big left-handed shooter. And because of that, Combs just continues to stack up his numbers. He's got 9, tied with Furman. That's the most on the team.
Yeah, he's been doing a good job getting to the rack and knocking down those free throws. He's done a good job.
He's got 10. He's the first into double digits for Taylor. Huntington can't really get out of this 17 to 20 point range. I mean, you'll always take a 17-point lead into the break. But man, you just love to put this one away here early, and then you go to Goshen, have a chance to jump over 500 in the conference. A couple of possessions left here in our first half. Gizzy had that fast start offensively, hasn't looked to shoot it much since then. He does now, high off the glass. That one's knocked away, Combs clears.
Tough shot, but Huntington could get the final shot if they're able to pull down a defensive rebound.
Furman thinking about taking a three. Gets it right back. There's Combs again.
Oh,
he scores another one.
Man, he has had such amazing touch around the rim, and good job creating that open look by Furman.
Coach Corey Alford wants a timeout. Pete Combs His season high is 14. He's got 12 here in the first half, and if he wasn't producing, Taylor would be in more trouble because they just haven't got a whole lot from Anton Webb tonight with that foul trouble.
Yeah, when you're on the bench, I don't know if you know this, but you actually can't score. Anton Webb, Hunt Forcers have done a great job containing him, and he's been forced to take some tough shots, great interior defense. He's been the difference for this Huntington lead.
20.2 seconds left. We've got a bunch of people checking in here tonight watching the game. Tim Abel, who played some ball here at Huntington University. Devin Browning, keep feeding that man CB. Cade Brenner went on a crazy run in this first half. Ricky Jordan just finished refereeing a high school basketball game, coming home and watching my son play. Tuning in. I'm assuming that's Landon Jordan's dad. I actually, as much as I've talked to him, I don't remember his first name. But he's checking out, I'm assuming, Landon Jordan here tonight, and for good reason. Landon's had a good first half, has been ultra efficient off the dribble. Also got Joe Yock, the father of Jared, checking in. He does games for North Carolina football. He's listening and watching tonight's game. So far, it's got to be a happy parent. Backdoor pass, Jordan threw it away. Chance for Taylor to cut into this lead. Ullum steps back, finally gets it off. It's blocked by Jordan, and the Foresters will take a 15-point lead into the halftime break. We're going to go ahead and take a break with them. When we come back, we'll talk more about that first half. We'll have Coach Corey Alford join us following a really nice half by these Foresters.
Scene 3, take 4, A only. Mark.
3, 2, 1, take off!
Hi, my name's Grace. I'm Best Boy Grip on this short film.
I am Wardrobe.
I am Hair and Makeup.
Props Master. Set's been pretty good. I think we've definitely, over the past 3 days, we've definitely gotten better.
It's fun seeing everyone together and working hard, and it's really cool to see the professionals doing what they're doing.
It's been a lot of fun getting the shots, just kind of being creative and figuring out where to like fit the boom in shots, you know, and like work around what camera's doing. So yeah, I've been really enjoying that though. It's been fun.
I'm in a department that I haven't been in before. I feel like it helps me get a more well-rounded experience.
I was on both feature films that we shot, and now this, and I finally feel like I know what I'm doing, and I'm just having a great time.
The students are doing a great job, you know, getting in there, learning new things.
For several weeks, students have been working in pre-production in their various areas to then link up with mentors that come from all around the country as professionals and then mentor our students on set. And to watch our students rise up to the occasion, that's Capstone, that's the living classroom.
Overhill is a family inspiring comedic type story.
These are characters that are compelling and exciting and full of heart.
Shield shall be splintered.
I haven't ever really done film acting before, and just getting to do this, getting the chance to do this was awesome, and I love doing it. Every second of it was just really fun.
I'm Lily, and I'm playing Bonnie. She's really fun. She's a new kid in town, and I've been that kid a lot of times, so it's easy to connect with her.
Tolkien.
It was a lot of fun being Seth, because Seth is kind of an idiot, and so it's just been a lot of fun to just sort of goof off.
No college necessary.
We got a lot of really good performances. I was tearing up just watching the dailies today, so I'm really excited about it. It seems like we're in a good place.
It felt very good. I feel very happy with what we got. The performances were just fantastic.
I definitely would say that this gave me a taste of what it would be like being able to work with pros.
It's been awesome to see the growth in just 2 days. I want to just keep learning as much as I can while it's easy to do, you know.
We're going to tell a good story here, and it's going to be very fun, very entertaining, and more importantly, hopefully inspire us to get into that feature film next year.
Like I said before, I don't really see the need of you coming in here, Mr. Inspector. We always say here that our health is top priority. It's like no other here, okay? We We make sure that we're the best place in New York City. Is that right, my friends? Yes, yes it is.
I understand that, Mr. Harvey, but it's my job. The health department insists.
Figures. Well, this place may look shabby. You may see something you don't want to see, but we got heart. And we are an honest establishment, okay? My grandfather, 50 years ago, created this place. And bada boom, he gave the position to my father, and bada bing, after my father retired, made this place my very own. And that's why you see this pristine establishment you see before your very eyes.
Pristine is one word for it.
We like to make sure that cleanliness is our #1 priority. It's a good plate. And we want to make sure that our mantra here, and what I am giving to all these chefs, is that the customer is always right. Always. And that means we want to make sure we stay clean. We wash our hands at least once during our time in the kitchen every night.
How thorough of you.
Yes, it is. We like to have fun here, don't we? Don't we have fun? And I just have one question for you. No, I'm going to keep it blunt. Blunt! I just have to say, what's your verdict? Seriously, though.
My verdict, Mr. Harvey, is that this restaurant is not up to scratch. Honestly, I'm surprised that this place is still even open.
What health codes did we violate, huh? What stuff, huh?
Which ones didn't you violate? My word is final. I'm taking this report to the health department tomorrow morning. I hope you have your things in order.
You can't do this to me. My grandfather created this place. My father took it on after he died. My grandfather's dead. You think you could take away my restaurant? I'm not gonna let this happen. Ugh!
To scratch.
You're here sooner than I expected.
What you took from me was unforgivable.
But you made it so easy.
You'll pay for what you did.
That's it, boys. Neither of you get it. Besides, no sugar before bed.
Back inside Platt Arena, it is 45-30. The Taylor Trojans got shut down a little bit there in that first half, and a lot of it was because of the suffocating defense of HU. And then you look at some of the scores in that first half. Lane Sparks looked like himself there in that first 20 minutes.
Oh yeah, we all knew it. He was due for a big night, and so far he is having one, a big first half. And we'll see if he can continue to do that. As I mentioned, sometimes he can be a little streaky, he can get hot, then he can get real cold. But so far, he's done a good job maintaining his level of play. And for Huntington as a whole, I want to see them really finish this game and maintain that large margin and see if they can come out with a win.
16 of 30 from the field. That's going to win you a lot of games. 7 of 16 from deep might win you more.
Oh, yeah.
And 6 of 12 from the free throw line. That's still just been a little bit of an issue. 10 assists on 16 shots made. That's very, very good. 4 turnovers. On the other side, Taylor just 11 of 28, 3 of 12 from deep. You see the 7 turnovers. That's a big difference in this game. And before we dive a little deeper into this first half, Brady, I know you have a couple people you want to say hello to and thank for reaching out to you.
Oh yeah, and I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who's been giving me kind words of encouragement for this broadcasting. I know I'm new. I just want to say thank you, Coach Mockman, Thad Frame, Langston Ginter, and everyone else. Everyone's been so kind to me as I've been doing this. I know I'm new, and I've been having so much fun, and just hearing those words, hearing that encouragement just makes me want to do it so much more, and just thank you, everyone.
Well, Brady, you're doing an excellent job, and you're always welcome back here on the FDN Sports crew. I know it's been 3 or 4 games together in the first few. We had all kind of technical difficulties, and I thought, man, this poor kid, he's a freshman, baseball player, good dude, wants to get on the broadcast, and our mic wouldn't work, or our connection wouldn't work. And tonight, it's ran smoothly, knock on wood, but our students in the back, they're doing an excellent job. I don't know if John can show us that camera in the back of our crew. We've done that a few times this year. Maybe it's not possible tonight, but if it is, definitely want to give a shout out to all of them. Our cameramen and women doing an excellent job. You do not get this type of production very often at the NAIA level, and I think the best part is we do it for free, and we do it because we want parents, grandparents, friends, girlfriends, uncles, aunts, whatever, to watch these games and enjoy really quality basketball. Okay, let's take a look back in the studio here. We've got our friends, 6 in the studio, doing an excellent job spinning the dials, pushing the buttons. That's so fun. And now we've got Coach Corey Alford joining us after that great first half. Coach, your team up 15. So physical and really excellent in long stretches defensively in that first half.
Yeah, I thought overall defensive intensity, and yeah, started with our ball pressure. I thought Max and JP did a great job. JP had a little bit of foul trouble, but bench guys came in. We limited their three-point attempts, and this team can really shoot the ball, so we got to do the same thing second half.
Cade Brenner, you talked about a couple guys coming in off the bench. He's really been looking more comfortable. What's giving him that confidence coming in here these last 3 or 4 games?
His age and experience, and he's put the work in. So he's been ready for his moment last few games, and it's great to have the bench production we got that first half.
All right, Corey, we'll see you after the game. It's a Huntington 45-30 lead. Kind of forgot he was coming over. He surprised us sneaking up on us, but he's doing an excellent job here at HU. Actually, tonight, if they take care of the ball and take care of the result of this game, this will be win number 99 in Corey Alford's career. A chance for the century mark at Goshen on Saturday. And I need to look at some of the stats still. I've tried to dig into the history of the coaching here at Huntington University. I believe he will be the fastest or second fastest to 100 wins in Huntington history, and that's pretty remarkable, averaging over 20 wins per season.
Yeah, he's done a fantastic job with this program, and like you said, quickly getting to 100 wins and not take him long to, I don't want to say turn this program around because we've been pretty good historically, but he's done a great job maintaining that high standard Huntington basketball and doing a fantastic job.
Some of the stat leaders in that first half: Lane Sparks, 6 of 9, 17 points. 10 points, 5 rebounds for Landon Jordan, 9 for Cade Brenner. Those all came within a minute on the clock. 5 for Max Gizzy, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. 2 for Drew Goodline, but he's doing exactly what I wrote down on my notes tonight. Be a playmaker. 6 assists. That is already approaching a season high. 3 rebounds. Jackson Paul had 2. Kaden Johnson with 2 rebounds, but everybody out there has been very good and very efficient tonight for these Foresters.
Everyone's doing their job.
Back into the action here. Huntington running a play for Drew Goodline. Anton Webb is out there. He's guarding Roman Brouvier, who started the game, now starts the second half, and there he is grabbing a rebound. Gizzy locates, can't hit. Another strong battle inside by Jackson Paul, and it's Chaz Harvey who comes up with it.
Hate to miss an open look like that, especially when it comes off an offensive rebound.
Roman Brouvier just finds the basketball, either on the defensive end or on offense on the boards. Webb, 3 fouls. He had that flagrant in the first half as well, which led to technically 3 points. Off the dribble this time. He's fouled. No shot is called, and they'll put the ball under the basket of the Trojans.
You can tell he's not very comfortable shooting that 3. He's had a few chances, just hesitation, getting inside, no shot.
Yay, now with 3 fouls. He has struggled with foul trouble here in this conference schedule so far. When he's in there, though, you know you're going to get A-plus effort and a lot of extra possessions. Webb spins towards the rim, and that time a pretty move to flip it over the top of Brouvier.
That's more of what we'd expected. Great post control, spin move. Creates an easy bucket out of what would have been a hard finish.
45-32. Jackson Paul just missed that last 2 that he shot. Lane Sparks having a great game, forces that one over to Drew Goodline. Drew fouled on his way to the rim. Wait to see which Trojan will get it, and it will be Furman.
Got a personal foul on number 15 for the Trojans, Jaden Furman.
Resets the shot clock. 20 seconds now. JP spins away, got it up and in. That is a tough bucket from 24.
It's a tough bucket for most people, not for him. As you mentioned, he is accustomed to taking those tough looks, especially in the mid-range. That's his game right there.
If he can find a way to get this offense going for him like we saw last year, this team becomes a lot more dangerous, as Webb's always dangerous right around the rim.
Yeah, back-to-back buckets for him. He might be hitting his stride. But if he can stay out of foul trouble, that's going to be the big thing.
This game's not over either. We've seen it in that last Grace game. Huntington was up big in that one, even in the second half, and Grace came all the way back. This Taylor team, they can shoot the lights out of it. Drew to Gizzy, who works inside that lane. JP's wide open from 3 this time, and what a big shot by him.
Yeah, not known for his shooting, Jackson Paul, but when you leave him wide open, best believe he's going to take the shot and he's going to bang it.
36% last year from deep. This year it's been nowhere near, as Webb misses an easy one. Brouvier got into him. Webb gets it back and scores it anyways.
Brouvier having a tough time here defending in the second half. Webb starting to get things going for him.
JP, last 5 for the Foresters. They're doing a good job on Sparks, denying him the basketball. Drew, off the dribble, looking to swing it to the far side. Couldn't find anyone. Now Jackson bounced it in. Rouvier fighting for it. Him and JP, and Roman picks it back up. Shot clock reset. Jackson looking for 8 straight. Oh yeah!
Once again, leaving him wide open. Defense forgot about him. He's made him pay on back-to-back possessions.
There's that extra possession now for the Foresters. They fight for it, and it's Bruvier again who gets there, but Roman picks up his 4th and is going to have to take a seat as Landon Jordan will check in.
Just as we were praising him right there, makes kind of a tough foul, not one you want to take.
Roman will have to take a seat after what was one of his best possessions on the offensive end, getting HU an extra 3. Jackson Paul's got the last 8. That's almost what his season average has been. He's up to 10 on the night now. Webb has got to find a guard here. Instead, Anton will put it on the floor. Takes a tough 2, way off. Rebound fought for, and it's going to stay with Taylor as Harvey goes down. Jackson Paul will pick up his 3rd.
Saw that a bit in the first half. Huntington forcing Taylor to take tough shots late in the shot clock. That's just great defense and kind of not great awareness right there by Webb.
Carlberg, big guard, catches it. Olam for Furman. Tough catch, puts it up anyways and hits. Flamethrower.
Oh yeah, he is just so smooth. When he gets the ball, he knows it's going up.
Drew looking to answer. That one rattles in and out, falls into the hands of Webb. Drew has just not been able to lift that lid yet. Harvey into Jordan, who puts it away.
Yeah, Jordan says, get that out of there.
Jordan, a great shot blocker. We've seen it every single year he's been here. Harvey uses that off arm. Doesn't matter for the big fella.
Yeah, blocked that ball like it was offensive to him.
Now a loose pass. A whistle is going to keep it with the Trojans as that one was sent up around the half-court line. Forester defense still battling hard out there, but have given up some easier looks here to start the second half.
A bit more lax. I have double underline on my notes. Finish this game. Got to keep the energy level up.
Furman trying to really get it going now. Swings it. Paulberg fires from the left side. Good line. Gets up in the air and pulls it away.
Interesting right there that Furman would give up the ball to make a cross-court pass when he is most likely is the best three-point shooter on the team.
Gizzy to Jordan, and Landon missed an easy one right above the rim. Webb wants to go right back at him. Sparks takes it away. Could have a little highlight here as Jordan goes and is ripped down by Harvey, and a couple more free throws coming.
And some words being exchanged there.
Take a look at this one. It looks like he was making a play on the ball, that being Harvey. In fact, he may have got quite a bit of the ball. The whistle in favor of HU, and Landon, who's lived at the free throw line tonight, has a couple more chances.
Jordan's got to be careful. We saw earlier in the season, he receives 2 technical fouls and an ejection for sort of, I don't know if he was mouthing off to the refs right there, but kind of want to keep your mouth closed and just move on to the next play.
He actually had to sit out a game as well at Marion. And in that game, if Landon Jordan plays, Huntington probably wins because he's so good at grabbing these extra possessions. And recently, he's been easily a double-digit scorer. You see it tonight. He's up to 11, 5 rebounds, 2 blocks. Gets it done in a lot of different ways. You got to have him on the court, whether it's coming off the bench or in the starting 5.
Yeah, he makes such an impact on this team. Like you said, either starting lineup or off the bench, and he's been doing a great job embracing each one of those roles.
Berman to Webb again. Landon trying to stay down. Good defense again by LJ, and JP's the one that knocks it out of there. Jackson, coast to coast, bumps, can't score. Jordan rises and right on cue.
There you go. Get up, get elevated, and don't let that last play affect you as Jackson Paul gets the steal.
Jackson going back to work. Can't get the one right at the rim. Furman off the dribble this time. Jordan goes up, stays vertical, and Furman missed it. Sparks rises. No good. Back and forth we go as Olam collects.
Haven't called Sparks' name a lot in this half. Taylor's been doing a good job keeping the ball out of his hands.
Harvey is going to drill a foul on Max Gizzy, and that will send us to immediate timeout. When we come back, Taylor will have the ball under their own hoop. Huntington up 17.
So my dad got me my first Lego set when I was maybe 5 or 6, and I kind of just fell in love with them from there. I played with them up until I was about 12, and then I had like a big break. Around my senior year of high school, I was in like a dark place in my life, so I decided I'm gonna buy 3 Lego sets, and I just kind of hopped right back into it. I do sell some of my collection, but currently I have a collection worth about $3,000. When I was a kid, I really wanted the Lego Batman video game Killer Moth, but they never made that as like an actual figure. Now that I'm an adult, I've kind of just been patching up those holes where it's like they still don't make it, but other people will make customs of it. So just kind of buying those old figures that I used to really want as a kid. My real goal is eventually to one day sell all of the expensive ones that I have to make like a big purchase, like a car. Just using this thing that brought me joy as a child, and then eventually moving on from it to grow myself as a person.
Welcoming you back to Plaid Arena. So far, it's a vibrant, happy, Hawaiian-themed Plaid Arena tonight. It's 56-39. HU's done a great job on both ends. A lot of easy looks. They shot the tray well in the first half, and they're kind of picking that same intensity up here over the last few minutes.
Yeah, something I was a bit concerned about was how Huntington was going to maintain that energy from the first half. So far, 5.5 minutes into the second, looks like they're doing a good job keeping that arm's length, not letting Taylor get back in this game, because as we know, college basketball is a game of runs. No lead is safe, especially with this much time on the clock. Foresters need to keep the energy up and not give Taylor any hope.
Waiting to come out of this media, I think they were trying to get some gauze pushed up in Jackson Paul's nose there and trying to make sure there's none on the court, which it looks like there might be right down on Huntington's basket area in the paint. Keep in mind there was no whistle on that drive either, and Jackson Paul gushing from his nose. It's been that kind of game, very physical. Both teams did get to the 1-and-1 in the first half, but man, I'd said earlier, it's a dogfight. It has been. That's kind of the style Taylor's lived with most of the year.
Oh yeah, when these two teams match up, you know it's going to be physical, you know it's going to be chippy. Huntington's had the upper hand today, but could have been the same thing for Taylor. They would have been talking, they would have been happy, they would have been smiling, and it still could be that way, but this is definitely what we expected, a physical, scrappy game.
So JP, it looks like, does have something on top of his nose or in his nose to keep that bleeding from happening. You'll learn how fierce of a rivalry this is on the diamond as well here in the next few months. That is one that really turns up the intensity year in and year out. Usually Huntington baseball and Taylor baseball right up there at the top. Chaz Harvey had a quick 5, has been quiet since then. Furman's really been the offense as he misses that one. Sparks couldn't corral it. Should be 20 on the shot clock as it'll be Taylor's basketball.
Good job by Gizzy there, increasing the level of difficulty on that 3 by Furman. Makes it go out.
Harvey lobs into Combs. He was their best player in the first half, had 12 points, excuse me. Combs going to be fouled by Caden Johnson.
Caden Johnson hasn't played a ton of minutes tonight, which is a bit surprising as he picks up a foul right there. He's been great defensively, especially as of late.
Called him for a hold inside. Combs going right back to that left hand. That time, I think Johnson got a piece of it. Another fight in the middle for the ball. Gizzy comes out with it. Tries to come away with it, and it's kind of just a little bit of a scrum right now as it's back and forth in possessions.
Made a good first move, but lost the ball after that.
Harvey lobs it into Combs, who tips it out of bounds.
Almost looked like he blocked that ball out of bounds.
Going to see Cade Brenner checking back in here. So Cade will come in. Gizzy will check out. Cade really lit this place on fire in the first half. He had 3 straight threes, almost a fourth. in literally a minute on the clock. I mean, back to back to back, and he's done that now in 3 games this year. He hit a couple against Marion. He hit 2 against Spring Arbor. Tonight he's already got 3. He's wide open again. Looking for number 4 from the corner. Too strong. Sparks able to grab it. Second chance. Lane to the rim. Bumped on his way, but nothing called.
Hey, you talk about a spark plug player. That is what Cade Brenner has been this season for this Forester squad. Providing that three-point shooting, rebounding, whatever it may be off the bench. He's been a great part of this team this year.
Berman's open again. That time way too strong. Knocked out a play. Huntington's basketball. (56-39). Feels like it's been a while since we've had our last bucket. 2 teams kind of stuck. But Huntington stuck in the right spot, up 17.
Oh yeah, that's where you want to be. If you're going to stop scoring, might as well let the other team not score, and you might as well be up at 17.
Jackson, who went on that 8-0 run, has it back in his hands. Cutting through the lane and just handed it right to Furman. Little sloppy here from the Foresters. Furman up to Combs, able to knock it in there off the glass.
Yeah, good job by Taylor getting out in transition and taking advantage of that turnover by Jackson Paul.
Good line, finds Brenner again. That time he's blocked. Good defense by Isaiah Day.
Back-to-back stops here. Let's see what Taylor can do.
Harvey to the rim with the right hand. A tough move against Lane Sparks.
Big possession here by Huntington. Don't want to let Taylor start to get a bit of momentum. They scored in back-to-back possessions. Let's see if Huntington can stop the run.
Jackson looking for another 3. Short, rebounded by Day. 3 straight stops for the Trojans. Harvey, coast to coast, over the top of Caden Johnson. Great rebound by Jackson Paul. And now Huntington out and running again. Johnson jams. Timeout, Coach Corey Alford. It's a 30-second timeout. We'll hold it here unless it's the media. And it is going to turn into a full. Caden Johnson into your living room. When we come back, Huntington up 15, 11:46 left.
To me, Forester Camps is definitely a lot of fun.
Fantastic.
Telling.
Something that everybody can find something that interests them.
A space to learn new things in a safe environment.
To me, Forester Camps is getting to be a home away from home, I guess. You learn a lot here and you learn it well.
I plan on being an author once I'm done with college, so this seemed like a really fun opportunity for me.
It was just glad to meet new people in general and just kind of enjoy the workshop and just take away what I can from it and make myself a better writer.
That whole thing about how to write for musicals, I'd never even thought of that before, but that was awesome.
Back on FDN Sports inside Platt Arena, 15-point lead after a Caden Johnson 2-hand jam in transition. Let's take a look at some scores around the league. Indiana Wesleyan, they won at home against Goshen only by 9. That's an interesting score. IWU 85, Goshen 76. Mount Vernon 66-63 over Marion. Mount Vernon's starting to play a little bit better basketball. Grace up on St. Francis 68-65. That's only with 1:46 left. And Bethel only up 2 on Spring Arbor, and that has 13 minutes left up in Mishawaka. So a lot of good scores around the league. This one not as close, but could be, because right now Taylor's got a little bit of momentum. Berman bounces it into Combs, who is just having his way. It is a season high 16 for Pete Combs.
Just one of those nights for him. Everything seems to be going his way, getting good looks and taking advantage.
Not the guy maybe you circle on the other team's list, but he's been good enough tonight. Sparks works back to his strong left, and he is fouled against Isaiah Day, who picks up the personal, and now Sparks will take a trip to the line.
You can feel the tension rising here a bit in Platt Arenas. Fans didn't agree with that car.
Physical replay there. There haven't been a ton of whistles here in this half. Sparks just still cannot buy one from the charity stripe. 2 of 5. I don't even know how to explain. I tried explaining it earlier, but I don't even have an explanation now.
There's not really an answer. And I'm sure Lane Sparks himself wouldn't be able to provide you with a real one. He's probably just as frustrated as some of the viewers may be.
Splits the pair. He is up to 18. He's the leading scorer in the entire game. Drew Goodline, you look up at his line, just 2 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds for him tonight. Been the main ball handler as a whistle comes against HU, and it's going to be on Caden Johnson. And now the whistle's starting to pick up a little bit.
Yeah, pretty clean first half and beginning of this second half, but yeah, as you mentioned, whistle's starting to pick up here.
So 11 minutes left on the clock. 59-45. It'll be Olam who sends it into play. Combs is looking for something to Furman. He's double teamed. Pete now takes a triple. That's too strong. Rebound fought for. Olam going after it, and it's going to go against Olam, off of him, and back to HU.
Yeah, Combs has had a pretty good night, as we just talked about, but he really has been the only one with consistent offensive production. If Taylor could just get one more player, or maybe 2 players, to start getting going and start getting some shots to fall, they might find themselves right back in this game.
And Webb's been on the bench what feels like forever. They're sticking with Combs because he's been playing a little better here tonight, but here comes Webb to the scores table. Jackson add a little space. Looked like it could have been a double dribble. Sparks back to the rim, left hand, and again a foul, and this time it's again on Isaiah Day.
Yeah, I want to know how that's not the double dribble by Jackson Paul.
Maybe got knocked away by the defender.
Yeah, it could have been.
Let's take a look here. Coach Peters not happy. Can't quite see the arms on that replay. Sparks, this time perfect on the first. Lane coming into tonight, keeps climbing up that all-time scoring list. 9th all-time, 1,916 points plus 19, so now he's got 1,935. Only 8 players with 2,000 points in HU history, so he's getting closer and closer, and he should get there by the end of the year unless something crazy happens. Sparks is going to add his name to the Forrester greats, and it's crazy because him and Zach Goodline played together. Those two both are going to be 2,000-point scorers.
Yeah, he's going to put himself in some elite company. Lane Sparks, one of the all-time greats here at HU.
Gizzy strips it away. Max goes to the hoop and gets the bucket plus the harm.
Yeah, he wasn't looking to give that ball up to anyone. He had a nose for the basket, takes the contact in, and finishes the shot.
Olam just could not handle the pressure from Max Gizzy, and you can't blame him because Max does that to so many guards night in and night out. He just heats you up. He gets you at half court, and then it's like, I got to get by this guy. Boom, he has it, and now it's a chance for an 18-point lead.
Free throw line is a place where he's been good this season, shooting about 90%, providing some stability for this Forrester squad who struggled at the line all season.
Gizzy going to turn it up again. Max battling with Olam. He just brings this energy on this side every single time. He never runs out of energy.
No.
Combs, Furman launches a deep one. That's way off. Jordan watches it go out of play. It's Huntington's basketball, and it's another media timeout. Huntington back with the momentum, up 18-10 to play.
Bippa State Bank is a cornerstone of the community. Our banking building blocks were assembled in 1911 and haven't differed much since then. We still stay true to our local roots, aiming to support, uplift, and celebrate the citizens and businesses of Huntington. As proud lenders to and patrons of our local businesses, we make our community an even more prosperous place. And when you support local banking, you play an important role in Huntington's success stories. No matter what financial products you may need, your business is an invaluable opportunity for us to strengthen our relationship with Huntington, which we're fortunate enough to call home. Bippa State Bank is banking at its best. We believe in community banking.
63-45. Max Gizzi with a big play here at that last break, a 3-point play. He's got 8 points tonight. It's been fairly balanced for HU. Sparks is the leading scorer, and that's what you'd expect from this team. Man, they've got some help from some other guys as well, and their defense, I've just been so impressed. It's what Coach Corey Alford talked about. Got to be more consistent night in and night out, and even half by half on the defensive end. This is what he's talking about.
Oh, yeah, and you know what I love? The foot is still on the gas. We saw last possession, the bench is loud, the fans are getting involved. You just want to see that from any team, and especially in a rivalry game. We're not running the clock out. We're trying to blow you out the water.
Jackson Paul is back in there. Cade Brenner is checked in as well. Jordan launches to Gizzi. Max likes this little mid-range area. Gets doubled. Bruvier tried going to Jordan. It was a good idea, but able to keep it in was Olam. Maybe just throw that one up instead of a line drive.
Yeah.
Webb holds on to it. Backdoor cut, not able to be handled inside by Day, and Huntington forces another turnover.
That was a good pass, too. Just a bit too hot to handle for number 23, Isaiah Day.
Day is going to check out. Been really good this year. 5.5 off the bench, shooting 47%. Tonight, Huntington's had him under control. $18-point lead for this Forester team. Cade already has three threes tonight. This time he floats it up, left it short. Chaz Harvey has numbers against Jackson Paul. Rises and scores right at the rim.
Hey, Cade Brenner looks a little lost after hitting those three three-pointers earlier.
JP gets it back from Roman. Max Gizzi will slow it down a little bit. Huntington wants to get a good shot here. Max crosses over, gets to the rim, right at it, and scores another tough one.
Yeah, you stole the words from me. Tough finish, but that's what you're going to get from the graduate senior. He's providing that leadership, and he's not giving up. He's playing this thing to triple zeros.
Harvey split the defense there. This might be on Roman again. If so, it's 5, and it is. Bruvier is fouled out. It's just been an issue for him as of late. You can see just not getting that chest in the right spot. It held Harvey up too long.
Yeah, that's kind of what's been holding him back from getting real significant minutes. We saw that he got the start tonight, but as soon as he gets those fouls under control, man, he could be playing some real important minutes.
And he's been a part of some huge wins against Indiana Wesleyan. Played a perfect game against Grace last year when they were ranked #1. A perfect game. He's just got to stay on the floor.
Yep.
Taylor is in the 1-1. Harvey, 73% from the charity stripe this season. Misses the first, and that's all he'll get. This is very similar to the loss Taylor had to Spring Arbor. They just couldn't score enough. And Spring Arbor only scored about 62 points in that game, but that's just kind of been their issue. When they don't win, they're not putting up many points. Sparks has it knocked away. Furman goes coast to coast, and Brenner is guilty of a foul, but I guess at least you're going to make Furman earn it from the stripe.
I was just about to say, it's a good foul. Make them earn it if you're going to get out in transition one-on-one.
Furman's got a couple of free throws coming his way. 12 points on the night, averaging 14 on the season. Just 3 of 7 from the field. Does have 4 assists and 3 rebounds. Rips that first one through. As Cade Brenner is going to check out. Drew Brenner is back in the game. Just waiting for Cade to kind of put one full game together. We saw that burst in the first half and then a couple of struggles here in the second. Just he's going to have to take that step next year if Huntington, can't land some of these transfers, these recruits, because they're going to need it. Sparks, too strong. Good line, kept it alive for a second. Trojans have possession.
For Cade Brenner, it's never been a question of does he have the talent, it's just can he display it consistently. And like you said, yeah, he's going to need to be a big part of this team next year. He's got some things to work on, but definitely optimistic about him next year.
Jordan strips Webb and does a couple of dance moves around the defenders. Smartly hands it off to a guard. Webb is actually holding on to his leg a little bit. That is not what Taylor needs at all. Drew swings it. Luckily, Jackson catches it, fires, nothing. Rebounding inside, Landon Jordan fought for it, and then Jackson Paul couldn't keep it in play. Jackson Olam went flying into the front row, and it's Taylor's basketball.
Good on Jackson Paul, still fighting for that offensive rebound. He doesn't care if the score is. He's still trying to create extra possessions.
Went flying into the lap of Roman Prouvier. You can see some of those facial expressions. Surprised to see JP that close and personal. Webb, high post again. Jordan doing a great job, just not giving him anywhere to go. Now he'll fire a three from the top of the key. Strong again, he has yet to hit a triple tonight. Landon slows it down. Him and Jackson Paul, two high school teammates on the same page there.
Yeah, and like you said, kudos to Landon Jordan. He has been the one putting a stop to Webb in this game, which is a big part of why they're up by so much.
Sparks rises from the mid-range, misses again. He's struggled here in this second half.
That's kind of what it's been from Lane Sparks this season. Unfortunately, hasn't been able to maintain the high level, the high efficiency that we sometimes see from him.
Second chance is good from Olam, who's been quiet tonight as well. That was created by Anton Webb. As those second chance opportunities were coming very early for Taylor, maybe not as much recently. We actually will keep it here for the moment. It should be the under 5 media. So we'll hold on here for about a minute. 65-52. What does Huntington need to do to finish this game off, Brady?
They just need to stay tough, keep their energy up. I know I've said it a few times. Sometimes that's all it takes. You can't get caught lacking, can't get caught sleeping. This Taylor team, they're going to try to do everything that they can to stay in this game. Coach Peters is drawing something up. He's trying to tell his guys, we are not out of this game. Coach Alford needs to do a good job explaining to his guys, we need to finish this game out. This game isn't over. We need to finish this out and get a big win at home.
I just saw Betty Shepard commented a while back. I missed that. That is Jeff Shepard's wife. And during the halftime, Sophie Shepard, who's on the soccer team here, was a part of the Lad Dental shoot-off or whatever it's called.
Something like that.
And she made the layup and the three-pointer and just missed the half-court shot. But
yeah,
we weren't able to put that on air. Sorry about that, Betty. But Sophie, she's known for being an all-conference member on the soccer field. She's also a sniper on the JV basketball team.
I can tell she's got some basketball experience because not a lot of people make it past the free throw portion of that challenge.
Yeah, I guess she made a layup, or is it free throw, three-pointer, half-court. Gizzy goes to the layup high off the glass.
Man, love to see him scoring the ball and being aggressive.
He's got to be aggressive. I think that is the key for this team and how far they can go is Max Gizzy scoring. He nearly had 30 in this arena last year against Huntington, and then down at Marion, he had 21, 22. He's got to be aggressive.
Yeah, you can always count on him to give defensive effort. He's going to do the things that don't necessarily show up in the stat sheet really well. But if you can get him scoring the ball, that adds a whole new level to his game, and that elevates his team and his teammates so much.
Anton Webb will shoot a 1-and-1. It's been a struggle this year from the charity stripe. 0 for 3 from deep tonight. Knocks in his first free throw. Seeing on the stats that Webb, that's his first free throw, but I swore he shot a couple earlier in the game.
Could be right on that.
Knocks in the pair.
But he has spent a lot of time on the bench, hasn't played the amount of minutes that he typically would.
Back to a 13-point game, approaching the last media timeout tonight. Gizzy cuts back to the rim, has to reset with Jackson Paul. Drew Goodline wanted it. Instead, Jackson will keep it in his hands. Down inside, Caden Johnson finds Gizzy. He'll launch a triple this time and knocks in another.
Have a night, Max Gizzy. Things are going his way.
I truthfully think he might be the best spot-up shooter in the starting lineup for this team. Just got to be willing to fire it. Berman, long pass Olam. Drew Goodline knocked him off his dribble. Webb spins back to his right. Foul called on, it looks like, Caden Johnson. And now two bigs have fouled out tonight for HU. and Webb is heading back to the free throw line. It's still 70-50 for HU when we come back on FTN Sports.
As the owner of JJ's, I invite you to visit one of our 7 BP convenience stores. And when you do, I expect you will experience hometown excellence in the cleanest and friendliest convenience stores in your community. Please also consider visiting JJ Java for the best cup of coffee in town, or JJ's Pit Stop for a quick, no appointment necessary professional oil change. Also, if you ever need a clean and efficient environment in which to do laundry, JJ's Washroom is ready to serve you.
Back in Platt Arena for the final 4:46. Caden Johnson is done for the night. Roman Bruvier done for the night. And Taylor the rest of the way will be in the double bonus as Anton Webb will head back to the free throw line 2 more times. Foul trouble has been an issue for HU a couple of times this season. Not a real difference tonight, but thankfully, 16-point lead helps with that a little bit.
So far tonight, it looks like they're on their way to a win. And a lot of production from a lot of different players. And that's what you like to see. And kind of what you've been touching on, that's going to determine how far HU goes in the tournament, what they can get from Max Gizzy, what they can get from their bench, and whether or not Lane Sparks can maintain efficiency that he gets on some of those runs.
So 16-point lead, and Tom Webb back to the free throw line. Back-to-back possessions, he's been there. Now Landon Jordan will probably have to be in there for the final 4:46. Both teams shooting a few more free throws here in this second half. Huntington 10 of 19 from the charity stripe, just woeful numbers, and 9 of 13 from Taylor. Big difference tonight. Taylor just 5 of 21 from 3. Huntington's 10 of 25. That one is perfect from Webb. Up to 13 points, but man, you hold them to a game like this, you've got a really good chance to beat this Taylor team. Knocks in both. Here comes a little pressure from the Trojans. This is where you like having all that experience from Max Gizzy, Lane Sparks, Jackson Paul. Really everyone on the court right now for HU.
And Gizzy's such a great, well, I was going to say great ball handler. He almost lost the ball, but he's great with the ball in his hand. He's really going to make a mistake.
Lane to the right hand this time. Tries going high off the glass, down behind the play, and then a whistle against Drew Goodline. Coach Corey Alford is really pleading his case about Lane Sparks heading to the rim there. Lane doesn't get a ton of calls, even though he's so physical heading to the rim.
I think the refs are just so used to him forcing contact and finishing through it. They think, why call the foul? He's going to finish the alleyway.
Furman, perfect tonight from the charity stripe. 6 of 6 from there now. Still just a 13-point game. Lots of time left with over 4 minutes remaining. Again, connects.
And no lead is safe in college basketball. This is a game of runs. It's become more of that way in modern basketball. So Huntington's going to need to keep their foot on the gas pedal and extend this lead.
Gizzy cuts back to the rim, bumped on his way. Sparks grabs it and scores.
Yeah, those are 2 players that you're not going to have to tell that to. Lane Sparks, Max Gizzy. Lane Sparks getting the rebound and finishing off the possession.
Game high 21 for Lane tonight. Harvey, and now another whistle against Landon Jordan. That is 12 team fouls on HU here with still 3:50 left in the second half.
Got to be smarter, especially with Taylor being in the bonus plus, meaning they're going to get 2 free throws.
Yeah, Jordan just kind of shoved Webb there.
A needless foul.
Webb, again, stays perfect. It's going to end up looking like a pretty good night for him if he continues to get to the free throw line. Anton makes another. Back to a 12-point game. Got to keep scoring here if you're HU.
No, cannot take your foot off the gas, and that could have been called a travel.
Jackson gets into a tough spot. Landon Jordan Going to try to find a guard. Probably a good idea. It's Max Gizzi.
They're going to be taking their time on these possessions. Furman not applying much pressure.
Max made big shots already tonight. Lane comes off the screen, fires and hits.
Big time shot right there. Bringing it out to 15. That one could be the dagger.
24 for Lane after a tough second half. Got 5 straight. Webb working in against Jackson Paul. Here comes the double. Fired pass to Olam, who catches, misses. Landon Jordan clears.
Yeah, you'll let him take that shot. Taylor has not been good from the three-point line all game.
Lane staying aggressive, pulls it out. Going to use some more of that clock. It's a good decision. Gizzi trying to drive towards Sparks, looking for a backdoor cut. Gizzi calls his own number. Ooh. Bodied on his way there. Again, no whistle.
Pretty physical there on that finish. No whistle.
Webb back outside. Olam, quiet night for him. This is Harvey, top of the key 3. In and out. Jackson Paul again with a rebound.
That's what it's come down to, making open looks, especially from 3. Huntington has just done a better job converting on those opportunities. Harvey had a chance there. Not going to get more open than that.
JP gets to the rim, high off the glass, and finishes that time.
He's such a high motor player and so good, even though he's a little undersized, getting to the rim and finishing.
Furman is going to get a 3 off, but it's an illegal screen as that's on Chaz Harvey. And Coach Corey Alford wants a timeout. It's going to be a full timeout. And when we come back, the final 2 minutes, Huntington looking like they're on their way to a victory.
I have a motorcycle, a Nighthawk 750. My dad always had a motorcycle. Like, when I was born, I'm pretty sure he had one. He was a motorcycle cop for a while, actually, for a good amount of his career. So I've basically just grown up with motorcycles all my life. Had to go so I could get my motorcycle endorsement and soon to be my license. I was scared of falling, especially for some of those sharper turns, sharper like U-turns especially, is they expect you to go like feet are almost touching the ground with how far you're tilting. As long as I was able to get back onto that bike and just keep going, that's really what made me like less afraid, made me less scared, because that's something that my dad always said is you get right back on the bike even if you fall. I'm just happy I did it overall. I'm Dylan Rollator and I'm the next Rollator to ride.
.155 left. It's a 17-point lead for the Huntington Foresters, and this is exactly what Forester fans were looking for tonight. You got 2 games in front of you, both winnable before you turn that script to the second half of the conference season. You took care of business tonight. Unless a miracle happens, I suppose, but Huntington in a good spot here, and it's what you wanted to see. You want to take care of business. This is now going to be the 5th straight game Huntington has beat Taylor.
Taking care of business are the exact words that I would use. Just getting the job done, not playing any games. Really wasn't close, maybe in the first quarter, but Huntington has done a fantastic job getting out to a lead and not relinquishing.
Harvey, shot fake. Furman, back to Harvey. Drives into some traffic in the corner. 3 on the way, rattles in for Isaiah Day. And now Coach Peters wants a timeout, down 14 with 1:28 remaining.
Well, if you're going to have a miracle, that's a good way to start.
We'll keep it right here. It is not immediate, just a 30-second timeout. 77-66. I believe that's Day's first 3 points of the night. It is. Has not had the most efficient night, but played very well in this building last year as just a freshman from Middletown, Ohio. Very, very good outside shooter, around 35% on the season.
I don't know if we mentioned in this whole broadcast, we have a Huntington alum in the crowd, Ben Rickhouse.
Yeah.
Current Illinois basketball player. I'm an Illinois fan myself, so I was pretty excited to meet him. Got a picture with him. pretty cool to have former players coming back.
One of truly the first guy recently, at least, to kind of move on to a bigger school, the D1 level. And since then, Elijah Malone, the Gibbs brothers, Javen Buchanan, all these guys in the Crossroads League have left and moved on as Carson Miller fouls Jackson Paul. And take a look here, a couple of moans and groans from the fan, but Miller did not mean anything rude by that, trying to actually hold JP up. But he went from Huntington for 3 years, actually recruited by the last head coach, Ty Platt, and his staff, stuck around with Corey for 3, goes to Evansville and now at Illinois and starting for a top 20 team in the country and your favorite team. So that was pretty cool. I saw you have that interaction in the hallway, and a surprise to see him here tonight.
Yeah.
Also Peyton Sparks, Ball State basketball player, former Indiana basketball. Well, he was Ball State, IU, Ball State. So former Ball State and IU, current Ball State, was in the building tonight as well. So kind of crazy to see some of those guys back here. Of course, Sparks has always been a Division I basketball player, but it's cool to see where all these guys are going. RV handoff. Furman falls away from Gizzy. That's too strong. Olam, another offensive rebound. Double-digit offensive rebounds on the night. And Furman just went into the bleachers and is down right in front of the front row.
Get his head on the bleachers.
Going to see a replay here. Furman goes down, face right into the bleachers, and is still down at the moment. And what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take a break, as I think the refs want to come and check that. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Hudson Winters, and I have the strongest PC on campus. I'm a visual effects major, and this PC basically allows me to do a lot of the things I want to do. It's probably about $5 grand worth of computer hardware. A lot of it kind of just goes together like Legos. It manages to work. That's usually the case. I encountered a lot of tech problems, both hardware and software related, the result of this guy, which is an SSD. It was faulty, caused Windows to not load correctly, and it caused everything else to stop working. Eventually, I did get it to work, and that was very relieving. I was glad I ended up persisting through it. I would say that this computer was worth it, both money-wise and problem-wise. It'll blow your socks off. I'm glad she's working now, because you know what they say, happy wife, happy life. I love you, babe.
Hello, I'm John Thomas, and I am a game master for D&D. I got into D&D from some mutual friends my sophomore year of college, and we played a super janky, completely messed up game, and it was a blast. From that moment on, I fell in love. For a while though, I didn't have any.
Back on FD in Sports, trying to decide what the final agreement is here. Okay, we're going to throw it back to a commercial, guys. The refs got to determine one more thing, then we'll be back on FD in Sports. Sorry about that.
My name is Mark, and I love to play the drums. I started drumming in the 9th grade. That's when I actually had a drum set. I actually started playing in my mind when I was about 5 years old. My older brother was a drummer, and he was my idol. Now for me, fortunately, the church has been a place where I could play the drums, and so I always had an outlet, even every single week, where I could be playing the drums, and so I could kind of fit it into the rest of my life with getting married, having kids, having a job. I would say that being made in the image of God means that God as creator has wired creativity into all of us.
All right, we had to sort some of that out there on replay. The foul is on Max Gizzi. It's a common foul. Both guys just going for the ball here. You'll see it. Gizzi, Furman battling hard. No ill intent there. Furman hit his head on the bleacher, so he's out. So Huntington gets to choose who shoots the free throws. It's Anton Webb, and he's not been good from there this year, but he's been really good from there tonight. In fact, perfect.
Yeah, interesting decision there by Coach Alford. And I want to pick the guy that's perfect, unless you want to pad his stats for him.
So 79-65, 1:10 left. Furman getting checked on by Athletic Trainer of the Year in the Crossroads League, Beth Harrell for the Foresters right now. Sparks spins away from the double. Gizzi ahead to JP. And he's the one fouled as Isaiah Day ran him down. And Taylor's really trying to hold on to this one right now.
Yeah, I get wanting to keep hope alive, but down this much with this much time on the clock, things aren't looking good.
Landon Jordan checks back in. 1:04 remaining in this game. Jackson continues his good night at the free throw line. He's had a really nice evening offensively. It's not the guy maybe you check when you're watching film, but 15 points, 4 rebounds, and now 16 tonight. Talked about those double-digit numbers. When Paul and Gizzi both score in double digits, this team is really hard to beat.
Yeah, kind of those second or third and fourth options for this team. When they get going, on top of Lane Sparks, on top of Landon Jordan, whoever that second option might be that day, Goodline, what have you, they get going, things just get so much easier for those top two guys.
And Drew tonight, just 2 points, but 8 assists and 4 rebounds. So even though he didn't score a bunch tonight, it's still pretty impressive for him to have this much of an impact on the game.
He's definitely not left his mark.
Huntington trying to get it in. Sparks, again double. Up top, Gizzi had it ripped away by Olam. Harvey
gotta put a shot up.
launches finally after about 3 different times of going for it. And now a whistle on Lane Sparks as Anton Webb rips down another offensive rebound.
I wasted some precious seconds right there. Don't really have a lot of time to think. Can't really get a proper possession off with the amount of time that's on the clock.
Webb has 18 now tonight. 8 for 8 from the free throw line, 11 rebounds. Right around his average, and finally missed one.
So it's going to look like a pretty good night at the office for Anton Webb. A lot of those points coming from the stripe.
Finally goes cold, and his averages now kind of being pointed out here as Taylor continues to foul. That one's on Harvey. Lane Sparks will head to the free throw line.
I'm sure he's not upset. He's got a chance to not only improve his free throw percentage, but put some extra points on the board for him.
Lefty Sparks up with the first and perfect. Now just 5 of 9 from there tonight. Misses another 5 of 10 from Lane Sparks from the free throw line, 25 on the night.
I want to say he's gone 1 for 2 almost every visit.
Harvey makes a triple. It's a 14-point lead. Now the clock's going to be stopped again. Not entirely sure why this time.
Injury, Harvey.
Okay, I did not see that. Harvey right in front of me, down after the 3-shot, the 3-pointer, I should say. And he's really in a lot of pain.
Not sure what happened.
Me either.
Didn't seem like a lot of hard contact, but either way, yeah, he's definitely in a lot of pain.
Izzy across the Sparks, and finally Coach Peters not going to foul here. Huntington takes care of business on their home court tonight. Taylor loses, and not only that, they've got Chaz Harvey, who's in a lot of pain, and Caden Furman, who both left this basketball game. So it's a loss for Taylor, and maybe 2 losses on their roster as well. But this is a really solid Taylor team. They'll continue to get better and better, but it's an even better win for HU this evening.
A dominant Foresters win right here. Something that Forester fans are going to look back on as possibly a turning point in this season. Talk about from the tip-off to the end of the game, just complete domination.
So Huntington will move on to Goshen. If they can find a way to win that one, they will be over 500 on the first half of conference play and continue to stack up these wins before heading to Indiana Wesleyan, Bethel, and then St. Francis at home. The road is not easy, but Goshen, a team that hasn't won in the conference, you'd love to take care of them on Saturday. And we'll take care of our interview now with Coach Corey Alford joining us. Coach, that's a really quality win against a Taylor team that's been playing pretty good basketball this year. Obviously a new change for them in the offseason. The change tonight was your star player got back on track. 8 for 16, 25 and 7 for Lane Sparks.
Yeah, I thought he was really efficient tonight, but that's two games in a row where he's taking really good shots. I thought he took great ones at Spring Arbor. They just didn't fall. And I thought we just executed. We ran our offense. I thought the last 10 minutes we hunted fouls. That was the only thing I really wasn't happy with. But other than that, I think it was about 72 possessions. So really good job on both ends of the floor. We held a team that can really shoot the ball to 25% shooting. And so really happy with that performance on both sides of the ball. Now we got to finish first half, going to Goshen on Saturday.
You guys are 8-1 when Jackson Paul scores 10+. He also kind of looked back to the same offensive player we saw last year. I just thought JP was so good and a big difference maker tonight.
Yeah, and again, I think it goes back to shot selection. JP's always going to bring it on the defensive end. He's going to bring it with the toughness side of things. But we just need spot-up threes over off-the-dribble threes. And even tonight, I thought JP made all the ones that were good, didn't make the ones that were tough. And that's part of it. We're going to live with some tough shots. I give these guys a lot of freedom, and we don't turn the ball over. So if you don't turn the ball over, I'm okay with getting shots. It's better than a turnover. We lead the country in lack of turnovers right now. But at the same time, we shoot the ball at a high level when we take good ones, when we punch the paint, when we move the ball. And it was hard to get the ball inside in this game because they double the post every single time. But I thought we executed the game plan. Bench stepped up, starters played well. Big time win for us.
All right, Coach, back on track. We'll see you on Saturday at Goshen.
Thank you, guys.
82-68 final score. Brady, Huntington takes care of business. We're on camera, just so you know. And tonight, that's a really good win against the Taylor team that was playing good basketball. Your thoughts following a 14-point win for HU?
Always feels good to take one against Taylor, and I'm excited to take one hopefully against them in baseball.
Yeah, we hope.
But yeah, fantastic night. Thank you for having me on the broadcast,
Absolutely,
Preston.
Brady.
It's a great time, and yeah.
For Preston husband Brady Gallo, the rest of the FDN Sports crew, it'll be a little bit until Huntington is back in town. It's Goshen, and then at IWU, and then they'll be home. No, they'll be at Bethel, back home against St. Francis. All of February, all home games on Saturdays. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Great production from our crew in the back, our cameramen and women. We'll talk to you next time.
Back. That's it! Catch and fire. It's on the... He made it! Oh my